Welcome to Solving with AWS Solutions, your deep dive into reference architectures built by AWS that are ready to deploy instantly in the cloud. I'm Fabian, and I'm joined today by Eric from the AWS Solutions team.
Today we're going to be talking about machine-to-cloud connectivity framework. This solution helps you collect industrial telemetry data and securely send it to the AWS cloud. From there, you can unlock a wide array of use cases like visualization, analytics, and machine learning.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the solution.
Yep. So here we've got the landing page for the solution. And if you scroll down, we've got some links for you. So down here, we've got a link to the implementation guide, which gives you some instructions on how to deploy the solution.
Okay.
We've got a link to the CloudFormation template that allow you to deploy the solution with one click right into your account. We've got a link to the source code, which is everything is open source, available on GitHub. And here we have the architecture diagram. And if you see here, we have an on-premises side and an AWS cloud side.
Yeah, there's a lot going on the on-premise side.
Yeah, so let's take a look. So right here on the left-hand side, this represents your actual factory equipment. This is the machine data that you want to collect and bring it into the AWS cloud. And what you see here in your industrial gateway that has Greengrass running, we've got a series of collectors. So a collector is basically three things. So we've got a collector Lambda function, stream manager stream, and then we've got a publisher. So the publisher is how we actually get the data into the cloud. Collector is how we get the data off the machine. And the stream manager is how the data gets from the collector to the publisher. Those three together, we call that a connection in the solution. So we've got three connections here. We've got one with OPC DA protocol, we've got one with OPC UA protocol, and we've got here an example. You can bring your own protocol if you're using a different protocol. For OPC DA, we deploy a Lambda function to serve as a collector for you. For OPC UA, we're using the site-wise collector. And then once you've got your connection set up and running, it's just about getting the data into the AWS cloud. So once you've got the connection running, it gets sent to your destination. So we support three destinations today. We support IoT Core, AWS IoT Sitewise, and then we also send data to a Kinesis data stream that you can then use to send the data anywhere you want.
Can you show me the console?
Yeah, so let's take a look here. So here's the console for the solution. You see here I've got three connections set up. Two of them are running. I've got an OPC UA connection and an OPC DA connection running. So let's take a look at the data that's actually coming into AWS. So let's go over here. This is the IoT Core console, and I'm looking here at the test client to look at the IoT topic. So right here we can see some simulated data coming in. This is our OPC UA connection. And then if we look here, I've also got the similar simulation data coming in for our OPC DA connection. If we take a look back here at the console again, we can take a look at what it looks like to actually create one of these connections. Let's go over here.
Yep.
And we're going to give our connection a name, how we want that connection to show up in the console. And then we're going to model our factory a little bit. We're going to give the name of the site, area, process, and then ultimately the machine name that we want to collect data for. And then here's where we have our destinations. So you can select all three. You can select just one. It's really up to you. These are the three destinations that I mentioned earlier. And then here for OPC DA, we've got a couple of options that you have to fill in. Iterations is the amount of data points that you want to collect before you actually publish a message that gets sent to AWS.
Okay, makes sense.
And the time interval is in between those iterations, how long do you want us to wait? So as an example, if I want to send 5 data points, my iterations would be 5. And if I have a time interval of 1, that means that the solution is going to actually publish 5 messages every 5 seconds. The server name, this is just the name of the OPC DA server that you have running and the IP address of the machine on which that server is running. And then you want to just have a list of the tags that you want to collect. So for instance, a tag is just basically the name of a machine data attribute that you want to collect. So you can give a wildcard to collect a bunch of them, or you can give an explicit list. And then just really quickly, let's look at OPC UA. So OPC UA, similarly, we're going to collect the server name, IP address, optionally a port, but you'll see here that we don't have time interval or iterations. And that's because with the OPC UA protocol, we can actually collect data as it's published, whereas with the OPC DA protocol, we actually have to poll for the messages. So once you create that connection and go ahead and hit create, then that Lambda function, the collector function, will be deployed in your Greengrass environment, connection will be started, and you're going to start collecting the data.
This is great. Thank you for walking me through this.
My pleasure.
Thanks for joining us as we explored the machine-to-cloud connectivity framework.
Check out this solution and many more on the AWS Solutions website.
See you soon.